Welcome to our Rolemaster actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duranarki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 123 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. After completing Keros's revival, the party have decided to turn their attention back to Tarek Nev and the secrets it may hold. We pick up the story as the party find themselves surrounded by hideous ape-like creatures in the decaying ruins of Port Vestilis, the start of their approach to Tarek Nev. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance. And as the words say on screen, a very hearty and sincere welcome to our story. That story is Ain't No Place for a Hero. Speaking of heroes, there they are. There are a lot of them. Crikey, 8, in fact. In a second or two, we're going to go to a pre-recording where the players of the characters up on the screen introduce their characters, provide a bit more information about their background, etc., and their profession. And then after that, we go to the players live answering a character development question or explaining something else about their character, fleshing out a little bit more details about the faces on the screen. Why do we spend quite a lot of time doing this? This is a tabletop role-playing game, and it's about characters. It's about heroes. It's about telling tales. And I think, but certainly I think that the more we get to know the faces up on the screen, the richer the tale is. Before I do that, before I head over to the pre-recording, my sincere, genuine thank you to all of our subscribers, the people that follow us online, the people that comment, ask questions. We've got a number of people now quite invested in the stories, both this game and the other game, and following along the narrative, questioning why characters are doing certain decisions, asking about rules, etc. And look, we're thrilled. We do this for fun. We do it as a hobby. And we really appreciate everybody's interest and enthusiasm, I guess, for the tales that we're telling. What we would say to anybody who perhaps has come across this recording either for the first time or maybe you've watched 2 or 3 of those, if you're enjoying it, if you like our style, if you like just the way we play and the stories that we tell, we'd really appreciate either a like down below or even better, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and it helps other people like you find our content. And please, if you are already a subscriber and perhaps you have been for a while and you're still enjoying us, please tell your friends. It really does help the channel grow. Thanks very much. All right, no more further ado. We are going to go to the pre-recording. And we will start with Mason, actually. And I'm just realizing, just as I've clicked record, and just as I mentioned this, that pre-recording needs to be edited, because Mason, the very last game we had, Mason has, sadly for us, left our game. But her character, Demos, is being played by Aiden, who's still with us. Anyway, Mason, I'm not going to get a chance to edit the recording before this goes up. So, Mason, take it away, please.
Kia ora, I'm Mason, and for this episode I'm playing Demos. He's a very attractive, very hunky, very buff mixed man. Really great with his spear and shield, and he can whip out some swords if he needs to. He's not the most intelligent person, but he makes up for it with a lot of kindness, a lot of gentleness, except for when he's fighting. And he's been with the party for a little while, has thoroughly enjoyed his time with them, is very much looking forward to saving the world. And on the side, he is looking and hoping to find his long-lost sister that was kidnapped a long, long time ago.
Hi, I'm Pete, and in this episode I'll be playing Leif. Leif is a half-elf warrior mage, which means he uses weapons as well as magic. He's a friendly fellow, very empathetic, and a really kind member of the party.
Kia ora, I'm Alex, and for this episode I'm playing Keros. Keros is a young North woman. She's a weather mage, a pretty powerful weather mage with some very cool spells. She's quite sweet and kind, a bit emotionally labile, but wears a heart on her sleeve and a strong moral compass. She also has a companion, a cat called Victory, who's a very important member of the party, and Victory was rescued, oh there's Victory, a wee while ago from impending doom.
Hi, my name's Giles, and for this episode I'm playing Tarquin. So Tarquin is a young, ridiculously good-looking half-elf. During his early life and adolescence, he's been well-trained in the gentle arts of thievery, charming others using his remarkably good looks, and of course, violence. He is in his own way a religious man, and he's out looking for some understanding as to what's happened to his homelands.
Hi, I'm Graham. I play Neathanel Sherakir. She is a Magent, which is a mix of stealthy skills, fighting skills, and magic skills, mentalism, magic of the mind. She is a complex character, something of a religious fundamentalist who believes in assassination as a sacred endeavour. She keeps that well hidden, however. She is, however, a dab hand with a short sword and uses her magic and sneaky ability to good use in sneaking up on her adversaries.
Hi, I'm Aidan and I'm playing Grey. Grey is a very handsome half-elf who doesn't really believe in wearing shirts. He's constantly just displaying his body all the time, which, you know, he's got it, so he's flaunting it. He's got a bit of a tragic backstory. Pretty much everyone he's ever really cared about has been murdered brutally, but despite that, he's still a lovely guy. He's very caring, cares a lot about his teammates and also animals, loves animals, as he is a beastmaster, so he has the power to kind of, I don't know, not control, well, he can control animals, but he can also kind of interact with them and understand them and get them to help him do what he needs to do. When he's not using his magic, he is a bit of a dab hand with an axe. He is very good at chopping things, chopping enemies, and also good with a little bit of stabby and a crossbow as well. He has a bird called Wingy that is his best friend that needs to have a bit more of a story, I guess. She'll come into it a bit more like down the road, I think. Yeah, that's great.
Kia ora, I'm Pete and I'll be playing Mithan in this episode. Mithan is a ranger. She's a high man. She's pretty good at outdoor skills and she's a pretty good archer. She's not a people person. She doesn't really care about people's feelings, although she's beginning to in this party.
Hello, I'm Graham. I play Etienne Gilderflower. He is a genetrist, which is a type of paladin or holy warrior. He follows the teachings of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and he believes that her will leads him on, and he makes decisions based on the dreams he receives or thinks he receives from his goddess. He has joined the party on the mission to, as he understands it, to save the old order, the world as they know it. He is a very charming, very good-looking man, a very eccentric man, speaks in riddles and rhymes most of the time, but he believes in a higher purpose. He's a very dab hand with a sword, usually found in full plate.
There we go. Hopefully those recordings and seeing the players' faces, rather than just listening to their voices, was useful and fleshes out a bit more, yes indeed, about the characters up on screen, but also about the people behind them, the players behind those characters. As mentioned before we went to the recording, I send out on a Monday, typically at the beginning of the week, we're playing on a Wednesday as we are tonight, a series of questions which the players selects either one or a couple from, or send through an image or something else to expand a bit more about their characters. And tonight we're starting off with Graham. Graham, floor is yours.
Okay, I'll start with Etienne. If your character could change one thing about the party dynamics, what would it be, and how would it improve or complicate things? I think Etienne is obviously aware that he's a bit confused at the choices that the gods have made in terms of he's very sort of principled sort of fellow and obviously very religious, and so he's a bit confused. I mean, obviously he follows as the goddess will without question, but if you took the array of characters on offer, they wouldn't necessarily be your obvious choices. They're quite different from each other, and yeah. So I guess if you could change one thing, he some sort of moral clarity would be good at times from his perspective, in terms of being seen to do the right thing. So I guess he's here to do his bit, but he kind of wonders if it might be easier if we were all kind of closer aligned, shall we say.
There you go. Yep, nice.
Back up, turning over to Neathanol. What does your character feel about the inevitability of death? Does it influence actions and decisions? She's quite close to death and has lived close to death. Has certainly had many brushes with it. I think she's on a higher purpose, she believes. So death is not the end. So she doesn't fear it. She thinks she's following her goddess's will in doing what she does, which is always going to take her into the arms of death very closely, whether she's dealing it out or receiving it. So does it influence their actions? It just she just shrugs it off and does what she needs to do and doesn't question it.
Nice. Thank you.
Turning over to let's go here from Keros.
Thanks, Graham. So Keros is going to answer, funnily enough, how does your character feel about the inevitability of death, and does it influence their actions or decisions? So prior to her not near-death experience, actual death experience, as a young person, didn't give it much thought, always felt quite lucky, wasn't really on her horizon. Now, after actually dying and being brought back, and there's lots to deal with over the next wee while for her, emotionally, spiritually, physically, relationship wise, I can see that she will definitely start exploring death, and what that actually means. Is it final? Did she actually die when she died? Some big questions are going to be explored for her. I think she will be far more cautious now than she ever was before because she had near-death experiences and that didn't bother too much, and now actually, yeah, is it final? I mean, we don't know. We don't know what she experienced. The party doesn't know what she experienced while she was, essentially dead, or she was dead. So I think that's a theme that's going to come out for her. So caution, and we'll definitely be following what instructions are given to her in combat from other more seasoned members of the party. She might have previously taken them with a grain of salt. Perhaps not so much anymore.
Interesting. Interesting. Just before you hand over to someone else, Alex, you're very kindly playing Demos, who's normally played by Aiden, previously Mason. Aiden is not able to join us this evening, so thank you very much for picking up for Demos. No obligation to, but if you felt like commenting on something for Demos, great. If not, no worries.
I'll have a go, and again, always have to be corrected when I'm playing somebody else's character. I will try and describe a situation when your character had to confront a figure from their past, either a friend or foe. How did it impact them? I'm not too sure about the past, but I see something happening quite soon for Demos, which will be confronting, I don't know if confronting's the right word, hopefully reuniting with his sister, but perhaps finding out some uncomfortable truths about what happened to her, and perhaps confronting people he knew from the past in terms of her kidnapping and what's happened to her since. As I said, we don't know who they are at this point, and perhaps they were friends, perhaps they were foes, perhaps they're absolute strangers. But I think, yeah, there'll be sort of a come to Jesus moment in the works for Demos.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Would you like
Can we please hear from Pete?
Sure.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Cool. So for Leif, where in the world is your character most interested in visiting, and why? Well, he's very interested in visiting Tarek Nev, which is where they're on their way to, which is great. But he is most interested in visiting the elvish city of Melanes on the Blessed Isle, on the Isle of Gaul, because that's where he has recently discovered his mother is. So his mother is from quite far south, well, southern continent, and Leif was born and raised in the North Sea, in the northern continent, so quite a distance between them. And so he was, his mother sort of was in his father's life very briefly, 9 months, a couple of nights, and then 9 months later, just dropped Leif on his father's doorstep, and disappeared. So she's been a mystery all his life. He's very keen to go and explore, to go and meet her, and has questions for her in a positive way, because she left a good impression on his father. For Mithan, question is same as for Demos. Describe a situation when your character had to confront a figure from their past, either a friend or foe. How did that impact them? Thinking recently in the game when we had been rescued from the sort of the Ghoul Island. I don't know if we've actually even learned the name of that island after we came out of the in-between. We were on the Gilded Galleon, I believe it was, with a bit of a trading boat anyway, and we'd sort of been keeping a low profile there, and we were just being dropped off to take sail out on the Isle of Darn, I believe, when this fellow Both Vascain came on deck, or spotted Mithan, and he was from her past, from Northmere, her hometown, and so she wasn't particularly. He was a bully from the town, and was a friend of her bully brother, and so she didn't have much time for him then, and she didn't have any time for him now. He was not. She was keen to remove herself from the situation, so he was no longer a threat for her, which is how she behaved. She didn't want anything to do with him. He was trying to goad her, sort of trying to get a reaction from her. She did not want to react, because if she had, it could have been threatening for the party. So yeah, she didn't want anything to do with him. She's always keen to remove threats from her life, and in that situation, she considered it best to get out of the situation as quickly as possible. She didn't. Yeah, that's her attitude to many things in her life. Is it a threat? Yes. Well, then kill it if you can, or remove yourself from the situation. If you can't, that doesn't matter. And that includes all the people from her hometown, pretty much.
Excellent.
So that leaves Giles, please.
And just before we do go to Giles, just my thanks to Pete in terms of both being a rules lawyer, and just actually before we came on camera, you were able to assist us, Pete. Rules lawyers and role playing kind of almost have a negative, can have a negative connotation. The person that kind of pipes up and goes, actually, but I take it as a positive sense. Someone else to help out a busy GM to go through stuff. So I really appreciate it, Pete. But also I was going to comment on your meticulous note keeping, and nice work. You, I'm not going to say that the GM had necessarily forgotten the name of the ship, but perhaps he might have forgotten the name of the ship. So yeah, nice work, Pete. Giles, over to yourself.
Look, thank you very much. So I'm playing 2 characters tonight. And so first I'm going to have a punt at answering a question for Grey Roughwind.
Mm-hmm.
The question being, why does your character either like or dislike their current religion? And so my understanding is Grey does not have a religion. He's an atheist, although has grown up and seen a number of religions. And so is pretty open to the idea of a religious belief, and is happy for people to have them. But he does believe strongly in the laws of nature, and that serves him well as a beastmaster, and allows him to express his kind of views of survival of the fittest, and to follow the urges that might lead to. So that's Grey.
Lovely, thank you.
And for Tarquin, I'm going to answer the question, how does your character feel about the inevitability of death, and does it influence their actions or decisions? And I've sent you an image, Chris, which you might want to pop up.
Yes, image coming right now.
Tarquin's a half-elf. He is also extremely young in Elven terms, and like many young people, possibly has a slightly narcissistic view of the world. He's not worried about the idea of death at all. He's seen a lot of death in his life from very, very early in his life. And for right or wrong, fantasizes about possibly positions of power for himself. In a life that exists after the current life. And maybe this is a way he sort of protects himself from some of the violence that has been a standard part of his childhood and adolescence. And so I think when Tarquin thinks of death, this is what he sees. And maybe it leads to a little bit of his recklessness in terms of how he views his own self-preservation.
Is that
and maybe he hopes for something better in life after death.
Is that him on the throne?
I'll leave others to
speculate
contemplate how that might come out. We think back to what we were like when we were 20 and young and full of hope.
Excellent. As opposed to being old and bitter and twisted. Huh?
I was thinking vaguely middle-aged and grumpy, but yes, that's something like that.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself, Giles.
I would only ever say it.
Marvellous. Very good. Well met, one and all. All right, Pete, as per usual, would you mind giving us a quick recap of what happened last time, please?
For sure. So the last session started with arriving in Port Vestilis, in basically a swamp, in a ruined city in a swamp, ruined city of undead in a swamp. We were quite cautious. We had our 3 guides, or our 2 guides and a carpenter. We were very cautious with how we moved through the city, and we were wanting to check out the canals for any repairable boats. We found we smelled smoke, or some of us smelled smoke at one point, and found an old campfire, and signs of struggle and bits and patches of blood in certain places in this ruined city. There's a lot of description about how the city was. It was quite we had a good picture painted for us of the sort of the vibe of the place. We continued on our way and we're checking. We came across perhaps what looked like a promising boat down on a pier, or we had to go down onto a pier to be able to get a better view of it. Yes, I believe it's the one furthest away, or is it even off screen? Is that? What's the way over there? Yeah. So here we are. We came down some steps and just sort of approaching the beginning of the pier, where we pretty much are now. We sort of became aware of something we've had in our awareness for a while, which was these monkey creatures, which aren't quite monkeys, sort of getting more and more agitated and sort of amassing somewhat around us. We started to get a little bit concerned. Our trusty guide, and I'm just going to remember his name again, Pashkit, went on the pier to try and have a closer look at the boat, to get that job done. And we were sort of holding back there, keeping an eye on these monkeys. Pashkit cried out. We heard an odd sort of animal sound. We were thinking sort of some sort of snake or serpent. And Pashkit cried out. Silsi ran to his aid, and I believe also Demos went in that direction. And sort of at about the same time, the monkey creatures started sort of fainting in at us and trying to make, dodging away sort of attacks. They got Neathanol with a bit of a hit. And we sort of we tried a variety of things to sort of scare them off, really. A cold ball was fired as a warning. We did a pretend tiger, and we've tried to strike at them a couple of times, but they're pretty quick. And they're sort of closing in and getting a bit more bold, really. Yeah. I think that's about where we're up to.
Excellent. Thank you, Pete. Well described as per usual. One point of clarification from me, just very quickly, before I ask anybody else if they have any questions or any issues, and I'll just quickly go over where people are. Firstly, minor point of clarification. It's not so much. I mean, there was clearly a settlement here, but it's not huge, even though some of these images might lead you to believe it might be a bit larger than you think, but it's not so much a city as opposed to a port. So it's based around a river, and you can hear the river kind of very, very slow, sluggish river, and this is the river that you can see on screen here, and you can see the water is moving very, 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 very slowly. So that was the one point of clarification. Just before I go through where everybody is, any questions from Dios, please?
Do we have a bit of an idea of scale?
Yeah, we do. So managed to get my scale working, which you'll be pleased to hear. So distance from, for example, Etienne to here is 24 foot. So 100 foot would look like the length of this pier is, call it 160 foot. That's helpful. Yep.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions before I quickly run through who's where? Nope. Okay. So you have your guides, your carpenter here, Tahoe, looking extremely worried here. Tarquin is here. Victory is presumably actually more like snuggling around Keros's legs. Victory the cat. Neathanol is here. Neathanol has just, and we figured out last off screen, she actually took quite a bad 91 critical to her hip, and is in a bit of a bad way. Leif is here, Bithan is here, Keros is in the center here, Etienne is here. 3 of these, oops, let me just flip over Grey by accident. Grey is there. 3 of these ape creature things are here. 1, 2, and the closest to you, 3, which you believe that Grey slept. There are also a number of others around you, which I'll come to in just a second. We started with Demos here, basically out of sight of his companions, but definitely seeing what's going on here. And then there are some of these monkey things here. There is this animated tiger that Leif created here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly more. Certainly 6 in that immediate area. Some more up here, more here, and then these ones here seems to be quite intimidated by the tiger and move back. So, yes. Any other questions before we start, guys? Nope. Okay. If you're sitting comfortably, if you got something tasty to drink, and if you're ready for some monkey business, let's start the game. And we are going to go straight into rounds. Tarquin, I'm going to give you a negative for your initiative because you still have your pack. I think you're the only one that does still have your pack. Rolling initiative, a negative for Tarquin on that. Saving initiative, we're off. Number 5. Nope. There you go. I knew he was there somewhere. This one here, who's in front of him? Leif is in front of him. What does he do? He's just seen 3 of his companions go down. Yeah, this one here is kind of moving from side to side. Moves a little bit closer to Leif, but is not attacking. Moves up to there. Okay. The one thing you've figured out about these critters is that they are fast. Very, very fast. Yeah. This one is the one that attacked Neathanal. It does rush up on Leif's flank and try to give you a scratch, Leif. Again, they're being somewhat hesitant. They're kind of rushing in. They're not leaping in with their teeth yet. But he runs up and takes a swat at you, Leif.
Leif would like to split his parry.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll use his shield on this one,
Mm-hmm.
and 10% of his parry. So that's 20 for his shield and 10 for his parry.
Okay. Just a second. Coming. Cool. So that's 20 for his shield and 10 for his parry?
Yep. On top of his 19 dB.
On top of his 19 dB. Cool. Does get a flank on you. Interesting. I would have thought it would have missed. But it does you a vicious Leif. 4 and an A tiny. I'm going to roll the tiny out in public. Don't roll all the crits in public, but sometimes I do. Exclamation mark R space D 100. Coming at you now, Leif. This is an A tiny. 47. Arguably the weakest critical in the entire game. Just a scratch. It kind of yelps, and you see a bit of a fragment of what you think might be a claw of its come off. You take another 4 hits, and that's it, Leif.
Oh, thank you.
A scratch, literally. 16. This one here. Oh, yeah. Absolutely emboldened by its companion. This one rushes up at you as well. This is face on to you, Leif, and attacks. It does move and attack.
And Leif's using 15% parry on that.
Okay.
Which is 17 plus his
Thank you. Just coming.
dB of 19.
So he used the shield on the last one. So how much? 17, Harry?
17.
Cool. Absolutely love it when you're able to give me the numbers required. That's really helpful. Thanks, Pete. This is so. This doesn't get a shield. This one
does have his DB, right?
Does get his DB. So 19 for his DB and 20 for his parry. He tries to brush it aside, but this thing is stupidly fast. And this time, the scratch is more serious. Leif doesn't wear armor, and the talon rips across him. 12 and a B. That was a pretty heavy shot. It's only a 20, however. Another 2 hits, and you must parry next round at 10. But this one here is now 16. Oops, 16. Came up and moves back. No, it doesn't move back because it attacked full. And that one there attacked only partially, so it does move back a little bit. Next. Yeah, this one here really doesn't seem to like what's going on and is hanging back a bit. Moves over there. Okay. Flop. The ethanol. You're no longer stunned. You're bleeding at 3 hits around, and that gash in your, or that cut to your hip is really sore. What do you do?
Can she move away?
Sure.
I think she will put a hand on a
Yep.
wound, but I think she'd like to actually just move out. I mean, if she can, move to the back of the party and prepared to move further. Yeah, she's just not in a good place for attacking at the moment.
So what, here or
further back behind Etienne?
So like here?
Yeah, over. Yeah, behind, but directly behind him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, cool.
Just a bit left of there, and then is going to put a hand on her.
Done. Yep.
Wound, and then begin preparing. That won't even get around, will I? No point. Okay. Well, whatever's left of her round will parry any attack on her.
Got it. Cool. She's now bleeding at 2 hits around. Her hands firmly clamped on the bleeder on her hip. This one here. Yeah, comes up, joins its friend up here. Not attacking, not being aggressive at this stage. Okay. Life.
Leif is going to move back. So he's in line with Mathan, a couple of steps, and he would like to cast a... Can you just show me how big 20 foot is, please?
Sure. 20-foot radius or just distance?
Just 20-foot radius, please. Yep.
That's 20 foot. Kind of there-ish.
What's that?
It's 25-ish. You can see the numbers yourself.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. I can do it top down if that's helpful.
So the spell he's wanted to do has got a... Sorry, I didn't explain that very well. The spell he's got has got a 10-foot radius, a 20-foot sphere, but it's not centered on him.
Okay.
So 20 foot is so he would be able to those three that have the one that is attacked and the other two that have moved. They're within 20 foot of each other, aren't they? Yeah, that one and the other two to the left. They're all in within 20. Not.
That's 30 foot.
Yep, cool. So
that's 24.
So yep.
That's 14. That's 24.
Yep. Cool. But the three to the left are the ones that have attacked this round, aren't they? Those three?
Those within 10 foot of each other.
Yep, cool. That's great. So that's where he'll be aiming his sound mirage thing.
Okay.
He's going to wave his hands and shout.
Yes. So plus 10, 15 to this roll. Has he prepared?
Nope.
Okay.
Which is why I'm hoping 53 is a bit of a relief.
53! Woohoo! That spell went off.
Cool.
What happens?
So, creates any simple mobile image scene of an area. Creates a set of mobile sounds in an area of up to 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So he wants to do a low, growling, really threatening sound of a big cat.
Okay.
So that those three ones that have attacked can hear it. So centered on those three.
So basically centered there, and absolutely that one, and that one are going to hear it. Is it just restricted? It is just restricted to that area?
That's the description of the spell. So the area effect is a 10-foot radius.
Got it. Cool.
So, really limited. Well, yeah.
Cool. got it. Lovely.
And he wanted to be moved back a bit more into that grassy bit in line with Mithan, so he's not sticking out. If that makes sense.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yep. Thank you. Perfect.
Done. Grey Rough Winds. You cast your spell last time. You put 1, 2, 3 of these things to sleep. You've just seen a couple of them come up and have a go at Leif.
So I think Ray would want to use this round to prep.
Yep.
To do it again. And with any, I think that's 90% of his action, right?
It is.
So for his last 10% of his action, he wants to be prepared to parry.
Yep.
I don't know, Chris, can we be prepared to parry if someone has a go at Kyrios?
No,
my preference, he'd choose to defend Kyrios as opposed to defend himself.
Yeah.
Is my sense. But if he can't do that, he'll just parry. Use the last 10% to parry for himself.
So we have allowed shields to be used to parry other people because Demos very kindly protected Keros with his shield. I don't think we have with weapons. I'm going to make a ruling and say here and now, no, you can't parry someone else. But if you want to check it up and you want to do some reading on that, please go for it. Cool.
He'll 10% to parry for himself, and I will check the next time. Thank you.
Nice one. Thank you. Silsey. You all hear from the undergrowth shouting. It was previously coming from Pashket. Now it's coming from Silsey, the other guide. You'll remember that you have Tahoe, the utterly terrified carpenter, and then the two guides who seem to know what they're doing a bit more. But there's definitely cries of alarm from Silsey. Tahoe does have the presence of mind very shakily to draw his falchion and kind of waves it around inexpertly in front of him, kind of treats it like a broom. He's almost a bit more of a danger to others than he is of himself at this stage. Keros, you nearly catch the pointy end of his falchion in your face, but yeah, other than that, he doesn't do much. Mithun.
She will move to the one that attacked Leif.
Yep.
Follow up front on. Yep, the one that's close. Do an attack and then move back.
Cool. Mithun attacking. Yep, 16. Go for it.
Let's see if we get there in the right way. 53.
Oops. 53. Jolly good. The distance is minuscule. She doesn't need to take any movements. Her skill with the broadsword is 89, I believe.
I've got 99.
99? Just as well I checked. Thank you. Oh, no, I do have 99. So why was it 89 for some reason? It's actually 99 in my software. She had 89 last time. I don't know why. And so she's moving. What's she attacking with out of her 99?
Whole thing.
Whole thing? Well, she can't move backwards then.
Oh, well, sorry. Leaving 5% for movement. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. So 95.
And stepping back like a smidge, basically. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just back to where she is now, sort of thing. Step up.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. If that's the case, no, fine. Yep, fine.
Yep.
No change. Okay, full attack. 89. This thing is very fast. With a 55, it tries to scamper out of the way, Mithun, but it does cop 8 hits. 8 hits only. No, that's with nearly 100 on your offense. 8 hits only, no crit. You do hit it. Demos, you are next. Demos, can I ask you to join me in chat room 1, please? Because you're aware of stuff that others aren't. And Alex, that's you. In case you hadn't remembered. There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Speak to you soon. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. There we go. Alright, you can't see the screen just yet, but you will in a second. So this is, Demos, what you see. You've come around here. So your companions are back over here. You've moved through the long grass, and you've seen Pashket is being pulled. He's on his back, and he's struggling as much as he can, but he's got 3 things on him, and you can kind of see them there, but I'll show you an image. They look like... They don't look like that. They look like this.
Oh.
Yeah. And there are 3 of them. One is here. One is behind Pashket. You can see, so Pashket's lying down, if you imagine. This one's on the ground. And the third was here. But brave Demos, you've come up with your spear, and you stuck it. You stuck it pretty good, actually. You attacked it last round, and you hit it pretty solidly. And it made this quite god awful this kind of noise. Clearly not happy. And you can hear that noise coming from inside this grass over here. And Silsi, your other guide, screams out in pain. You're suspecting that he's in trouble too. You've just stabbed this one. You stabbed it pretty thoroughly. It's, by the way, appears to have no interest anymore in the fight and has dropped down on its round. And it's leaving kind of purplish, blackish goo behind it as it's kind of limping off and plops into the water. That's what it did this round. So one of them has gone. There are another 2 on Pashket. What do you do?
He'd like to stab again with his spear the next closest.
This one here?
Yep, and obviously not stab Pashket.
Okay. So there is a minus to this attack for that exact reason. It's a -10 if you're prepared, if you're happy to take the shot.
Yep.
Cool. Give me a roll. That's on number 5. Give me a roll, please, Demos.
14.
Demos. However, Demos has a skill of 122. Oh, negative.
Wow.
Negative. Attack and parry, -10. So even, you're very skilled at what you're doing, and you just poise yourself, Demos, and get the right moments when there isn't a chance of getting Pashket. And this thing is kind of on him, off him, kind of pulling him, grabbing him, and then thunk, you thrust down with your spear. It was not a good roll, but it was a good shot. 9 on an A puncture. Roll the A puncture, please. Make it good.
$53.
53. There again. There's just this horrible noise from this thing. It really didn't like this, and it kind of lets go of Pashket's legs that it was kind of pulling, and kind of curls up in a ball, and again starts moving off, weeping this strange kind of fluid out of it. Quite hideous. any other actions for you, Demos? You've acted with your 100% attack. Do you do anything else?
If he could talk to Pashket and just say you're okay, or if
burns, burns. He says, "Get these things off me."
So he can't do anything else this round.
That's the end of his round because he used his full attack with the spear.
Okay.
But
But he'll be looking to obviously look after the guides.
Sure. Yeah, this one here has moved off a bit. Cool. Can you join us back in the main chat, please?
This is where I struggle to understand, but these monkeys should not harm Etienne hard, right? He's in full plate.
Wow. Chink in the armor. Yes.
Alrighty, back into it. Yes, indeed, Giles. It is a quirk of the game. The chance of them hitting Etienne, by the way, is slim.
Right. Helpful.
Because he is in full plate. Very good. Next up is Keros.
Yeah, Keros is excited. So she's there. She is looking for what would be a 15-foot radius, please. Is the radius from her or just any radius?
I don't know the spell, so I can't tell you. Or I can't
Oh, sorry. She is keen to do hailstorm, which causes golf ball size hail to strike the area, attacking all within it on the fireball table, taking crush criticals. If I look at that little table, it says it's got the area of effect is 15 foot R, and the range is 50 foot, and the type is E.
Yep. So the range.
And she. Oh yes, sorry, go.
So range, how far she can throw the spell. That is Keros there. That's Keros. 50 foot is that.
Yep.
Oops. Is that out to there? So that's 50. 15 foot is that's 15 there.
Yeah, so she obviously doesn't want to get her party members, but wants to get all the magic monkeys in.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd want to throw it far enough out that it doesn't hit any of the team members, but still does that 15-foot radius and collects all the monkeys.
Okay, so where is she aiming for?
Away from her team members.
Okay.
So who's the last team member in the front there? Is that Mithan?
That's Mithan. Yep.
Yep. So like a foot away from Mithan, and then the 15 radius.
So if that was 15 there,
Yep.
you could get that monkey, that monkey, that monkey.
Oh, get the monkeys.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But 15 foot is from that one, for example. That's 15. Hang on, let's do this. So 15 is if you cast it just to avoid Mithan.
Like, yeah, the center of the 15 is in the middle there.
Yep.
The edge of the 15 gets all of the monkeys.
Yep. So there, I don't know about all the monkeys, but 15
Yeah, all
is
the monkeys.
15 is there. You'd get one. That way you'd get that one that's asleep, and that one there.
Yeah. I want to throw it as many. Obviously, none of the team members.
Well, you've got to tell me where you put it.
So 15. So 14. So 7.5 foot away. Yeah.
Sure.
Is that right?
Yep. So
Hang on. I just want to check. I'm not very good with the maths. I'm getting really confused. I want to get in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 15 foot goes around and collects all the monkeys, but not the team members. But I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say that with the maths. So
it's not the math. It's where do you want to put the spell? So your choice would probably be,
Oh, I see.
if you put it there, if you put the spell there, you would get that one and that one.
Oh, I see.
And,
no, further down.
And that one. Okay.
Further down the screen where where those four are.
Okay. So
Can I ask a technical question? Can you make a 30-foot diameter circle? Can you make a circle out of the tools you've got? Do you know what I mean? Put a circle on screen that's 30-foot diameter.
That would be super helpful, Chris, because then we'll see where it's set.
yeah, sure.
Just visualize, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not really good with this.
That's all right. It's all good.
Like I'm obviously pointing at my screen, going in the middle. Just put it in the.
Hang on.
Pete, you put a sign up and I didn't see it because you've got a filter on your background.
It said, blast them.
Oh, yay!
Nice one. That's a cool spell.
Yeah, I was trying to find something that collects a lot of them. Sorry, Chris.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Don't be sorry. It's all part of the game. Good thinking.
I haven't normally used spells with like a radius. I've just used the direct, like hit this one and hit that one.
Yep. Oops.
Oh, is that money?
No. Yeah.
I need some fire spells.
Can you just enlarge one of the character bases, Chris?
Yeah, maybe. No.
The circular.
No, I'm going to do something else. Alright, there we go. So, distance, what are we saying? From there... That's 30... Doesn't look like 30 foot. Oh yeah, that's 30 foot. Yep, okay. To there. Alright.
That's so cool you can do that.
The power!
Yeah.
The power. So, let me just see. Yeah, that's annoying. Why won't it let me do that? Hang on. Let's see if we can do this. No. 25, 30, a smidge more. There we go, that's close enough. That's 30. So that's a 30 foot It's 30 foot.
Just drop it on the monkeys and smush them.
Is it 30 foot radius or diameter? This is a 30 foot diameter. So 15 foot is a 30 foot radius. Is that what I've drawn?
Wrong, Gil.
Is that what I've drawn correctly?
Correct. It was the spell. You said 15-foot radius. Is that right, Alex?
Yes.
Yep. So 30-foot diameter. So that's correct.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, maths, science, God.
There we go.
Yeah, Mr. White, science. Yeah, just drop it on the monkeys and smush them. So, yes.
Hang on. It's almost hail coloured. So, so Mythan, you might get a little bit chilly, but if where do you want to put your icy circle of death?
Death? Not on party.
Got that?
So is that how is to get as many monkeys underneath that as possible? So there were 3.
1, 2, 3. I'll give you 4.
What? Maybe 5. Is there one more we could move one up?
1, 2, 3, 4.
5?
Nope.
Okay.
Not that one. Not nice try. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Depends where you want to move your icy circle of death, of course.
No, I think that's pretty good.
All right.
I think 4 with 1. Yeah.
So that one, that one, that one, and that one.
Yes, please.
Alrighty, give me a go.
And also, obviously, I'm hissing, and I'm asking Victory to hiss like the deep growl and the hiss, and I'm going with that, and I'm throwing my one arm around and all of that business.
Flapping. All right.
Okay. Oh dear.
And of course, this is due to your remarkable backgrounds. Now, anything else? There's no resistance roll on this?
Now, I'm just checking. I've only got one arm. Oh, no, that's all right, because I only need one arm. I'm minus 10 to all actions. Static actions, attacks, moving maneuvers, statics, everything.
Yes.
And I'm also ugly. So
give me a roll, please.
I did, and it was a dismal 29.
Oh, dear.
But give me some pluses for hissing, and also Victory's hissing, so I feel there should be another plus there.
The range is neither... it's over 11 foot, so that's neither a 0... yeah, so no bonus there. You're shouting, which is plus 5. Whoops. 29 plus 5 plus 10. I will give you the circulation with your one arm that you're kind of flailing around.
And Victory too is hissing and stamping feet and flicking her tail.
Okay.
Is that plus 10?
So, can you read up the spell, please?
Yes, it is Hailstorm. Causes golf ball size hail to strike the area, attacking all within.
And there's no...
As on the fireball table.
And there's no resistance roll to that?
No.
Guess not. Okay, well, so, nice work, Keros. So that will be the attack roll. So the spell, because of your amazing background thing that you rolled, when you rolled up your character a long time ago, there is no ill effect on for not preparing, which is very handy. That's a lightning bolt. That's the best I've got, I think. I don't actually have a... Oh, no, hang on. What am I talking about? I do have ice. There we go.
Heavy rain.
So that's the roll. The spell goes off, so I'm assuming that's going to be the attack roll on each of these critters. On the firebolt attack table, you don't get a... It doesn't say anything about you using your directed spells, So I think it's just going to be this roll. A 44 is going to be the effect on these things. So the very first one to be affected is 15. Keros. 15. Attack. It is, what did you say, a firebolt or fireball?
Sorry, on the table.
Yep, firebolt or ball.
Oh, sorry. I've lost my page. Fireball table, taking crush criticals.
Taking crush criticals, got it. Cool. You don't get a bonus for that. I've given you the minus. 44 is the roll. They do get their DB, don't they, Pete?
Yep, but they don't get to use their shields. Oh, did you? Oh, no, and I think is there a plus for base spells? I think.
Yes. Yes, there would have been. Yes, there would have been. You're right. So you rolled a 29 plus 10 plus 5 plus what's your base spells, Keros?
Is that the front page or the second page? Sorry.
Your skills.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had to use this. Well, I've been alive. Base skills. Base spells. Do we need to use the base spells?
What's base spells?
-1.
-1. Cool. -1. Minus 10. So is that 29 plus 5 plus 10 minus 1 minus 10 is a 33. So that one there, hailstones rain down on it. But
golf balls, big ones.
Yeah, big ones. But it manages to see the danger and leap out of the way. Unfortunately, no ill effect on that one. Same on this one, I suspect. Yeah, and it's going to be the same for all of them, unfortunately, Keros. So you rain down icy, icy death. The spell does absolutely go off, but it just wasn't that effective. And hailstones come down. And don't forget, this is a steamy, hot, stinking jungle. But it just rains hailstones around. A couple of them do bounce off these creatures, but they're kind of ricochets or whatever. None are injured, unfortunately. But it does seem to startle. Suddenly these missiles falling from the heaven clearly has shaken them. But unfortunately, no damage, Keros. Nice, very nice try. Good
That
use.
round thing was really helpful.
Yes. Good call, Pete.
Nice.
Etienne. It's just started hailing.
Yeah, well, can he attack one?
Sure. So tell me what you want to do.
So can he move to the one in front of, like, is it Leif or I can't quite. That one.
Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, just before we do, I've just had a thought. All of these had their defensive bonus except for this one that was unconscious, that was asleep. Sorry, Etienne, just have a think while you do that, while I take that back. For Keros, you do get your attack on this guy here. He's asleep. And you do get an attack on him. He doesn't get his defensive bonus. Does that make any difference? Yes, it does. That's a 6 in a crush critical. Can you roll the critical, please, Kyros, in just 1 second?
Yeah.
Roll the crit. It's a crush critical. Go for it.
Okay.
Make it big.
59.
59. Smacks it on its thigh, another 3 hits, and it wakes with a screech.
Oh. Bugger. Can Keros move?
Sec.
Sorry.
Yes, just a sec.
Sorry.
It's all right. 6 plus, what was that? 5? Actually, no, it doesn't wake. There is a
Does it die?
There's a sickening crunch as a massive hailstone smashes through this thing's skull, and it just collapsed. Well, it was already collapsed, but it just you would have thought it would have woken. It now will never wake, Keros.
Yay!
I won't give you a kill because it was out of combat to begin with, but that one there is now very dead. Nice work.
Ha ha.
Etienne.
Can she move back a bit though? Sorry, Graham.
Yes, she can. Where does she move to? She's
just
got 25
move directly back away, like to the bottom of the. Yeah, that's fine. Wherever. Yeah. Thank you.
Right in front of Etienne.
Not in front of it. Sorry.
Etienne, what are you doing, please?
Okay.
Is that where Karos is going?
She'd want to get out of the way of like the fighters. Could she go back a little bit more?
She was there. Realistically, she can't. She can only move 10%, and she's slow. She's probably got about that much to move.
Okay, put her back. Put her back. Don't block Etienne. Thank you.
Etienne.
The one that's in the circular shadow. Right, the nearest to him that is awake. Is that the nearest?
Yes.
Yeah. Can he attack that? Move and attack?
He can. It's 30 foot away, so it'll be a negative 30 on his attack to move and attack.
He's also gonna, as he approaches that little gaggle over there, he's gonna make a noise like a bear.
Okay. Done.
So he's making noise as he comes up towards them. Hopefully he looks rather imposing with all the shiny armor on.
Yep.
And he's gonna shout and just try and have a slice at the one close.
Cool. So you've used 30% of your action moving up. Give me a roll, please.
If he should be successful, he'll let off one of his fire bolts attached to his sword.
Okay. Give me a roll, please.
Oh, fucking hell. 11. That's just shit, isn't it?
11. His sword is something massive, I believe. What's his bonus?
Bonus is plus 120.
24.
124.
Yep, cool. So he's moving a 30. This thing just dances out of his way. He swings and misses. Unfortunately. And then lastly, Tarquin, at long last. It's a long time, Tarquin. Tarquin, you're there. Charles, you're... Yep.
So what Tarquin wants to do is jump the end of the pier. He had prepared for one. He failed and then prepared for one round.
Yes.
In the last game. Has he prepared for one round this game too?
This is the first round, would you believe?
Oh my god, almost an hour. So he's going to spend. So prep's 90%, right, Pete? Right, 90%. Is that right? Yep. So he'll spend 90% preparing. So if he puts 15, maybe he'll just have a pun for it, Chris.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's never jump.
Yeah, I'll come to my comments in a second. Give me a roll. This is at negative 30.
Negative 15, right? So he's prepared for one round. He prepared for one round last time.
Yes, correct. Negative 15, correct.
And he'll wave his arms, yell, scream, do all that he needs to do.
So he's
53.
Yep. So 53. Negative 15. He, as a mentalist, he only gets gesticulation. Gesticulation is. Help me out, Pete. Gesticulation is 10. 10, but not speaking.
So only 10.
Yeah, cool. Plus 10.
Nothing for speaking.
The spell, however, is successful. Tarquin, you leap all the way down to the end of the pier.
So just a little bit to the right, Chris. So he'll be looking to be as far away from the bush as he can. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit in. Yep.
Yeah.
So somewhere around there.
Yeah. So on this, for a rule to check, and I meant to check it between last time. Yes. So in the Rolemaster rules, and I was a bit dubious about this when we talked about it last time. Yes, he had seen where he was leaping to, but he couldn't actually see where he was leaping to. He had seen it once, and in the Rolemaster rules under teleportation, etc., there's a lot of discussion around if you don't know where you're leaping to there are penalties. I'm going to let that stand for tonight. But between now and next session, we're going to do some reading up. If that had been a clear shot and he could have seen all the way down to exactly where he's teleporting, I wouldn't have questioned it. But I think with only the glance that he saw as he came down the steps, I'm suspecting that in future that's not going to happen. You need to be able to see where you're going. I'm going to let it stand for tonight, though. Cool.
So can I just... Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you about it another time. Thanks, Chris.
Yep. And if you're wanting a bit more colour on that, Tarquin, Giles, read the teleportation spell in spell lore, and it provides more information around how our Rolemaster thinks about this kind of spell. Cool. Tarquin, you arrived there. It's a 75% action. You've got 20. I would say you've got 25 left to spend, but I would like 10% of your action this round as a like a perception check to basically collect your thoughts on where you are. Could you give me a roll, please?
So yeah, and I don't know. 49.
49. I'll just let that stand as is. So 49. What's his perception? Something ridiculous.
So his perception is insane.
98 from memory.
Yeah, 98. Thank you, Chris.
Cool. So basically, it's a situational awareness. Suddenly, he was there. He's now here. We roll that to kind of get his head checked to see where he's at. Tarquin, you're here. You've got 15% left to act. Do you do anything else with your 15%?
Okay, so what he wants to do is, can he knock his bow?
He can begin to. So knocking a short bow is loading a short bow is a 60% action. So he can make a start.
Yeah, so that's what he's going to do is start knocking his short bow. Thank you.
Cool. Done. And that is the end of a very long round. Initiative. Roll initiative. Just that one. All that noise. This critter here is beginning to stir somewhat. It's not awake yet, but it's beginning to kind of snuffle and snarl a bit. Number one was here. This tiger's just static, correct, Pete? Yes, cool. Thank you. Okay. This one moves up to here. Yeah. This one here has had enough and is out. Scrambles away. Ditto. 5. Yeah. This one's just seen cold and experienced cold. Doesn't like cold. This is very frightening. And this one is backing off as well. Actually. Yeah, absolutely. This massive thing, clanking in metal with a shiny blade, is coming towards it, yelling and making horrible noises at it. And it's heard some other horrible noises from a cat. And this one here is gone, clambering up on the wall. Yeah, ditto for that one. Up onto the stairs. That one is deaded. Yeah, this one here is also, Etienne, you notice, is beginning to kind of snuffle and move around a bit. Gone. Had enough. Nathaniel.
Should prepare. And an opportunity parry shining attacker.
Cool. Alright. This one kind of moves over here a bit. A little bit further. Doesn't run. Demos, much to your relief, this one here moves off and again heads down and plops itself into the river. As does the one that was carrying onto Pashket's head. Leif.
Leif is going to use his action to do a little bit of talking. He'll want to be saying this in Thebronic and Westron, which I believe is the common tongues of all our party. He'll say, we should retreat to the pier, and then in both languages, and then he'd like to hold his action until the last actor and move with the last actor. Whilst he's doing that, his intention is to move to one of the sleeping monkeys and kill it, and then finish. So he'll probably use 10% for speaking, 50% for his killing, and 40% for his movement. I assume he'll be able to make it back to the beginning of the pier for 40%.
Yes, easy.
Sort of thing. And he will like to time that with the retreat of everyone else, the last actor, whoever that is. So if he can,
okay,
we can coordinate that. That's his intention.
Okay, so moving up, give me a roll.
He's going to do that once everyone else moves.
Okay.
Oh no, I suppose he can do the killing now. I suppose.
Yep. So make a roll, so long as it's, so long as it is not a fumble, it's dead.
89.
89. It's a very, very dead critter. That one and that one are now very, very dead.
And if he can, he'll be looking at the one over to the far right that moved and snarl at it as he slits the other one or bashes the other one or whatever.
Okay, cool.
And so holding the rest of his action until he's moving with everyone else, if that's...
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Oops. Demos, you get a bit of a fright, and you see coming through the foliage is your other guide, Silsi. He's got kind of sucker marks on him, and he's definitely looking a bit the worse for wear, but he's got a sword in his hand and a fire in his eyes, and he's kind of looking round. He's got this kind of this strange, nasty coloured blood on his sword that you saw. He looks pretty angry. Right.
So what Gray mostly wants to do is protect Karios. Where's Karios? So he will probably opportunity action and just say 3 words to Karios saying, "Got your back."
Okay.
If the party's gonna retreat.
Okay. Cool. What's his opportunity action, please?
Well, it is to retreat. Well, the opportunity action is to attack anyone who attacks him or Karios in reverse order.
Okay. Yeah. So the way. Okay. So his opportunity action is to. You got to give me a statement of what he wants to do, and then if something else happens, he changes it. So what does he want to do?
So what he wants to do is he's heard Leaf say they're going to retreat. He wants to retreat with party. He's going to wait and go back with the party. He's going to take an opportunity action that all of his opportunity is going to be to attack anyone who attacks them. And by them, he means Karios first and him second.
Cool, done. Great. Lovely, thank you. Karos, what do you do?
If her ugly face lets her, she might blush a little.
Okay.
She will have heard Leif.
Uh-huh.
She'll be keen to move with the team, get bags.
Yep.
And she'll need some help with the bags, so could she say, please help with bag?
Mm-hmm.
And she will, stay close to Grey, but move with the party when we all move. Are we moving, or are we just? Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah.
What am I doing? Staying close to Grey, and wanting to get our packs, and moving when Grey moves.
So he's moving when you move.
Oh, okay. I'm going to start I'm going to go for my bag.
Yep.
I'm going to say, please help.
Yep.
And then hopefully Grey will, or somebody will come, and then I'm going to move.
Hopefully. Grey will definitely help you do that. He will take both bags. He's a big burly boy, and he'll make sure you're the first down the pier, and he'll protect you from the monkeys. No question.
Cool. So, dragging bags, etc. With time to pick up, I'd say the two of you with your two respective packs would get to about there.
And Cat.
Done. Cool. Excellent.
Thank you.
Etienne, your bear impersonation seemed to have worked. It's run, even if your blade didn't.
So the one in front of me is no longer there?
Gone.
Oh, so that's a sleep one in front of me. What's the circle?
It's the one that Keros brained with a massive golf ball-sized piece of ice.
All right, then he will move back, I guess. He'll move to Neathanel's right.
Okay. Cool.
Up a bit. Just right up against, between her and the one off to the right there. No, sorry. Next to the Neathanel. Just, yeah. Adjacent to the other side. Yeah. No, yeah.
That's where I had it. That's where
no. Just forward a little bit. Just nudge him forward a bit. That's it. Next to the Neathanel.
Okay. Anything else?
Opportunity attack anything that comes near him.
Okay.
He'd obviously be not putting his back to them, by the way. He's obviously facing out with his back to the
Demos Pashkid is getting slowly to his feet.
Sorry.
Yep, onto you in just a second. Hang on a sec.
Sorry.
Just one tick. Mathan.
Mathan will. So it's Mathan and Leif left there. I suppose there's still Tahoe, but yeah, she's going to move. I assume he's going to move soon. She'll move back. She'll want to grab her and Leif's pack. If she was doing that, would she have time to kill the other monkey lying on the ground there?
No. It's
No,
way,
okay.
way too much. Realistically, picking something up from the ground is, I think, a 30% action. So, yep, she can grab those and get back to kind of there-ish.
Yep, just being, and I suppose, yep, cool. Leif would complete his action now as well.
Cool. Around this time, yep, Tahoe moves down. And where do you move to, Leif?
Yep, next to Neanderthal.
Cool.
Yep,
Done.
that's it there. Right.
Excellent. And Demos. That's you, Alex.
Sorry, yes, I'm talking to myself. Call out, you alright, mate?
So he's got, so Pashket in particular has these, and even though you're still quite early in the day, you see through his shirt and across his face these bright red welts, look like sucker marks across him, and he is just kind of gasping in pain. He looks really, really, really sore. Silsi is much the same, and these marks are red and inflamed, really angry looking, like almost like whip marks with suckers on them. He looks pretty uncomfortable. He's kind of stumbling around and fumbling for his falchion, his big meaty kind of cleaver sword.
He'll probably say something. Oh, you ever been to Australia, mate? You're right. Come on. This is nothing. It's nothing.
It hurts. It burns. It burns. It
Yeah,
burns.
so
the
we'll go.
bastards.
Yeah, he'll try and like reassure. Like we'll get some special cooling, whatever, onto it. And just he will start shepherding them along away.
Okay.
Out of the shrub, out of the foliage, and to join the party. And I mean, I guess that's all we can do. We need to get back together, and we can do first aid, whatever, afterwards. But I mean, have you ever seen a blue-ringed octopus? I mean, you need to calm down. So, obviously concerned that they're okay, but getting them back together.
Okay, cool. So Pashket picks up his sword and starts heading back, just beginning to. Cool. Tarquin, you're down at the end of the pier. You've started loading your short bow. Another 50% of the rounds, you'll have a loaded short bow. And then you can fire if you wish.
Giles put a message in chat. Tarquin has his bag. Be right back, I hope. I think he's on call.
Okay. Okay.
So, I don't see his microphone going off, but...
Yep, no, sure thing. Sure thing. Thanks, Pete. So what do we think Tarquin might do? He loaded his bow for 10% last time. He's down here. He's probably just seen Demos and company start moving down. Oh no, I don't know which way he's facing. What do we think he might do?
I know he was intending to. He knew there was a commotion on the pier. He was intending to jump down to this end and then approach them from this end to attack from the other side. So I think he would be wanting to face that way. So if he's seen Demos go, I reckon he'd cautiously make his way with perception rolls back up. That would be my guess.
All right, cool. All right. And that is the end of the rounds. And right about there, exactly about there, come out of combat as 4 people down on the pier reassemble with the party. These other animals here scurry off. Some of them. This one does. That one there is dead, courtesy of Leif. That one there is still waking, if somebody wanted to do something about it. I'm happy for someone to do something about it if they wish. It's in the process. Waking up, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, Etienne will swipe it.
Okay, give me a roll, please. It's now awake, but it'll only get half its DB.
90. 90.
90. Cool. And it's on the ground. Yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive 25. Should have kept that combat music going. 25 and an E slash, but that's massive overkill. So divided by, he uses a broadsword. It's on. $13 plus 25 is rounded up to 39 hits in an E, and I suppose I've done that, have I? No, I haven't. 39 in an E and a B, Etienne. Roll the E, please.
$52.
52. 4 hits and is bleeding, and another 6 hits, and then the B critical. Actually, we're not even going to bother with the B critical, but you definitely get the experience from it. That is absolutely killed 3rd level. Scrunch. With very effective. And this thing is very dead. So 3 of these critters, one brained by a hailstone bolt, one skewered by Leif, and this one slashed by Etienne. The others either leave the area or head off. You do hear them off in the jungle. They are definitely still around. So every now and then you hear kind of them chittering away at you, and every now and then you see them. What do you do once you've reassembled on the pier?
Yathor would like to cast a spell after she's done her prep rounds.
Sure thing. Yep, she has. Sure. 4 rounds.
27.
Okay.
She casts Plot 3 on herself.
Plot. She casts what, sorry?
Plot 3.
Yep.
Hits per round reduced by 3.
Cool.
So to stop the bleeding.
Sure thing.
And then she'd like to start preparing again.
So the bleeding on her stops.
Sorry, Chris, are we in rounds? My apologies for having to disappear.
All good. All good. No worries. Pete filled us in that you're away. No, we're out of rounds.
Okay.
Cool.
I think... Oh, sorry.
Yep. Sure. I was going to go around each character to kind of sum up, but you've got the talking stick. Go for it, please, Giles.
So I think Gray might cast with maximum preparation and animal tongues.
Yep.
It's a level 3 spell.
Mm-hmm.
You know they've gone, Giles.
I beg your pardon, Graham?
You know the monkeys have gone.
Oh, they're complete. Oh, I didn't know that at all. No, so the monkeys have completely gone.
They're lurking out in the foliage. They are around. You hear them from time to time. You see them occasionally. There are 3 of their dead behind. 1, 2, 1 stabbed by Leif, 1 hit by a hailstone, and 1 just slain by Etienne. But you do see a few of them through the ruins.
Okay, so I think Gray might cast this anyway. The spell will last for 7 minutes, and then if they decide to come back, he'll be able to speak to them.
Okay.
So I think Gray will with maximum.
Yep. Give me a roll.
Preparation cast animal tongues.
Only fails on a 1 or a 2. Give me a roll. What's a roll? Hello?
66.
Thank you. Success! Cool. Over the next few minutes, let's just go down our list. Let's go to Leif and Mithane. What are you doing over the next few minutes?
Mithane would, I suppose, see the wounds on Pashket and Silsi or whatever. She'd want to ask them what she needs to do. She can offer them neutralizing poison spell. What's the other one? A frost burn or relief or a minor irritation relief spell and hit healing. So she'll want to talk to them in I had it in a moment. I don't know. Pashket speaks South tongue, so does Mithane. So that's the tongue she'd be speaking with Pashket. So wanting to know what he was attacked by, and what she could do to help him. She'll do diagnostics if she needs to, or perhaps I think Kyros has got a better diagnostics. Leif will look to Mithane for some hit healing as well.
Okay. So. Okay, cool. Let's do what I usually do, which is kind of get a vibe on what people want to do, and then just play it up. Great. Thank you. We kind of jumped the gun a little bit there with a couple of characters, but that's all good. Neathanol, you have cast that initial spell on yourself, and you're preparing the next one. Etienne, you've slain that creature that was kind of in the last few seconds as they were moving off. What's Etienne's immediate actions in the immediate aftermath? Next couple of minutes.
I think we might just shuffle the group a little further down the pier, and then he will be on the. He'll remain on the outside of it and looking into the jungle. Okay. And just keep an eye out for monkeys.
Okay. Cool. Done. Keros and Demos.
Keros is staying with Gray, also prepared to do diagnostics or whatever. Like, she's got some first aid, but not very strong if needs to be called upon, making sure Victory's okay. Just staying with the group. Demos will be protective of the 2 guides with their blue-ringed octopus wounds. And just making sure they're still upright and ready to do any manhandling if required.
Okay, sure thing. Cool. Okay, so there are a couple of rolls in there. Can I ask, please, for a diagnostics, whoever wants to do it on either of the 2 guides and or some healing associated with that?
Keros can do a diagnostic.
Okay. It is explained to the 2 guides, because of course Keros can't speak with them, what this hideous looking young woman is going to do when she starts coming up and kind of poking and prodding them.
She's very sweet though.
Does it help if Mithane's asked them what they were attacked by? Would it help Kyros' diagnostics if Mithane translates their answers?
Crabopus. Seen them a couple of times, but poisonous venom, not necessarily deadly, but God, it hurts. Ow, ow. They're not large men, but they're solid and they're tough. These are seasoned outdoors people, but you can see them both in pretty serious pain. I think it'll pass. But by Orgiana, that hurts, says Silsi, and Pashket's looking much the same. Venom, they inject it. I've heard of them, I've seen them once or twice, but I've never been attacked by the swine. Cowardly little things, they try to drag you down and eat you. Thank you, friend, he says, and he turns to Demos and looks up at Demos kind of towering over him. Thank you. You're mighty handy with that spear, thank goodness.
Can Tarquin have anything to do with this, Chris? Or is he...
Sure, yeah, sure. Sure, no, he's there.
So Tarquin would suggest he's got some aloe, which will help with healing.
Okay.
Fan will cast poison purification on them as soon as she knows it's poison.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Do you want to roll for
Is
that?
this poison law? Karis has got poison law. Is that what I'm looking at?
So Mithan would be touching them and would do prep, of course, if we're out of rounds. So she rolled a 12.
12, that is successful.
So the spell neutralizes any one poison in the system of one target. Damage already sustained is not cured.
Cool.
Does that need to be for both of them? They're both.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Same again. D100. See, that's a D10. And 44 for the second spell.
Success. Oh, by the gods, yeah, they're both looking a lot better. Perhaps some of the redness and the swelling around some of the welts may have gone down a bit. I just need to sit down for a moment, says Pashket. Yeah, me too, says Silsi. Yeah, their clothes are pretty ripped and torn, and you can see through their shirts these kind of red sucker marks where they've been attacked. Others that were doing things. Nyathanel, you had prepared for your second round. Do you want to cast another spell?
Yeah, please.
Give me a roll.
87.
87. Success.
She found a little spot on the pier behind the party, and she'll cast Pain Relief 1 on herself, which heals 1 hit point a minute.
Okay.
So she'll just sit there and heal.
Cool. How much is she down? I've got her on 65 out of her 109. So 40. Did you say a minute? 1 a minute?
1 hit a round.
1 hit a round. Okay, cool.
Oh no, 1 hit a minute. Sorry.
1 hit a minute. It'll be 44 minutes until she's fully healed.
All right. Well, she'll sit there for as long as she can. I don't know what else other healing's going to happen. So.
Okay. Other actions from here. Open mic, guys. What do people want to do?
Then we'll cast healing on Leif, and she'll offer it to anyone else.
Cool. What does she do for Leif?
So she'll do prep and all that sort of stuff. E100. So it's healing 3. So it's a roll of 31.
Again, spell successful.
Cool. So this is the one that heals 3 to 30 hits. So he's gone up. 21.
Cool.
So what's that? 28.
I got him on 24.
Cool. So that's with that healing. He's on 124.
Yep, 124.
Cool. She'll do that again.
Cool. Only fails on 1 or a 2. I won't do the sound effects.
That's a 9.
9, still above the 1 or 2 that you need. How many hits does he heal?
Oh, woohoo! 29. 2 10s and a 9.
Nice. Love that. He's on 4 hits. And he was at
Excellent.
-10, but that was only short-lived, I believe.
Yes, sure. Yep. And offer it to anyone else who needs healing. Nathan, if you'd like it.
Well, I mean, depends how long we're going to be here. Absolutely. I mean, if we're going to repair a boat, then she may as well just sit in and heal herself.
Okay.
But
cool. So
if we need to move on, that's all good too. But
okay, so discussion dependent. Like once we get the sense for that, then can Mythen will do that spell. If the guides need any more healing, she does have a spell called Minor Irritation Relief. Will heal 1 minor irritation, e.g. headache, toothache, bee sting, hangover. Don't know if that's appropriate.
It's a bit more severe than that. Not
more than that.
It's not horrendous, but it's more than minor.
She will ask by way of colloquial, whatever the correct way is, if they need hit healing.
Mm-hmm.
And offer it to both of them if they want it.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling pretty groggy, pretty woozy.
Okay, so this is for whoever Pash get first.
Okay, yep.
Yep, it's a successful spell. 3d10. Healing 13 hits.
Cool.
Does he still need more?
He's still feeling pretty wobbly. Yeah, he'd appreciate some more.
Okay, D100. Another successful spell, exclamation mark. 3d10. 10 more hits.
Okay. He's definitely looking a bit better and says, yeah, look, I'm all right, I think. Maybe, yeah. He's to his feet. He's definitely, the colours come back into his face. He's looking a lot better. He's looking a lot more steady. Yes, I'm all right, he says.
Okay. And does Silksy need any?
Yep. Yeah, Silksy would definitely appreciate some as well.
Yep, that's successful spell. It's a 30, exclamation mark. 3d10. 18 hits for him.
Mm-hmm. That did the trick for him. He was less badly mauled than his companion, and yeah, Silksy's definitely looking a lot better than your leader. He nods at the very tall, ugly flamingo and thanks, Mythen. Cool. Any other actions from anybody else? Open mic.
I guess it would be good to ascertain whether the boat that they were looking at is possible to repair.
So I think, yeah, Tarquin would probably perceive as hard as he can at the end of the pier, look at the boat, look in the ocean. Does it look dangerous? Does the boat look viable? Right, we need to find a boat to get down. That's what he's going to do.
Sure thing.
Thanks, Graham.
Tahoe, the carpenter, and yourself and a couple of others head down to the end of the pier. Hard to see initially here. Give me a perception roll, please, Tarquin. Hello, Tarquin. Hello.
Sorry, 69. I'm speaking to myself.
That's
and
right.
98.
69. Cool. Yep, 69. Thank you. Plus 98. Lovely. Yeah, after some investigation, actually, can one person please just give me a pure dumb luck roll? Just a roll. D100.
I can do that.
Thank you.
57.
Yeah. Peering out, you can see initially, Tarquin, why Tahoe and Pashket might have thought this was salvageable from a distance. Compared to, for example, that and that, which obviously are going nowhere. This looked like at a distance that it was intact. However, it's not actually visible on screen, but most of the side of this thing has just been completely chewed away. It's on some kind of sandbank here. This side of it looks moderately intact, but this is just a complete rotten hulk on this side, weathered and fallen away. You saw it on that angle like that. That boat's going nowhere. And
so it's obviously unrepairable.
Correct.
Thank you.
Scanning the rest of the shipyards here as well. You and Tahoe, you don't go any further than this pier. You do see these strange kind of tentacles in the water. You catch a glimpse, Tarquin, just very, very briefly, of something that looks a bit like that, just for a second. Several of them out there. They're definitely watching you and Tahoe. Several of them out in the water. And you decide, after kind of inspecting for a relatively short time, it might be better to go back and join your fellows, which you duly do. The scan of you and Tahoe concludes there's no salvageable boat in this area.
Thank you. And I'll tell my colleagues the water's full of baddies.
Any other actions?
What do the guides suggest?
They collect themselves a bit. They really do. They've been somewhat wary of Mithan. Mithan is not exactly the most endearing of people, but she has clearly made them feel both a lot better. Thank you, mistress, they both say, bowing. And they also turn and quite formally say to you, thank you, Spearman, to Demos. Your assistance was much needed, much appreciated. Our thanks. Orgiana smiles on you. And Silsi even manages a little bit of a smile, kind of a hesitant smile at Mithan. Pashket kind of dusts himself off and looks around. There is nothing for us here. The chances of, as I suggested when we first arrived, the chances of us finding a boat here at the docks was very minimal. There was always a chance, however. I think, and right at that moment, you hear the hateful noise of these creatures, kind of almost like mocking you from the trees. I think we might be wise to move on. It's time for us to head to the river road, unless anybody has any objections.
No.
Let's go.
That decision,
let's go.
does Mithan heal or do at least one spell on Neathanol? Is that appropriate?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
So, same prep. 56.
6, the is successful. And how much do you heal?
15 hits. That's not much, but...
Yep. So that took, with checking the boats, etc., Neathanol, 15 from Mithan, and that was probably, call it, say, 20 minutes to check out the other boats, get everybody up and healed. So Neathal, you're up another 35 hits. You were on 65. You're now on exactly 100. You're feeling remarkably better.
Great. Thank you.
That's all she needs. Cool.
You do still have that penalty of negative 25 courtesy of the hole in your hip.
How do we resolve that?
Oh, okay. I thought you said that was after a round. Was that?
Sorry?
I thought you said that lasted a round.
Yep. So initially, off camera, when we didn't know what the injury was, I thought it was just a temporary. But Pete was right. It was a roll of a 91. That's a serious injury. Have you got the crits handy again, please, Pete?
Yeah.
Can we heal it, Chris?
I feel like a traitor.
No, you're not. You're actually.
You know what I mean? It's like, sorry. Strike through foe's hip. Foe takes 3 hits per round, plus 5 hits. Foe is stunned next round. Foe is at negative 25.
Yeah. So Neathal's got a hole in her hip, and a 91 is a very serious. On a critical scale, that's a serious injury. So she's definitely got a damaged hip.
So what can we do about that?
Probably a diagnostics.
Nathan's 25 at diagnostics. I think Kyros is better, though.
And again, I've got aloe that I'm happy to give to the party to increase healing.
Cool, thank you.
I don't know if she is better.
Where's Jada? What
That's
do you need
the diagnostic skill, right? I don't think she actually has it. First aid, second aid, poison law, herb law. I don't have diagnostic on my skill list.
I thought she had a good skill in it. Oh, my mistake.
Maybe it's Jada.
Oh, Jada certainly does.
Sorry. I got first aid, but it's probably
That's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
beyond that. Or second aid. Yeah.
Anyone got a better than 25?
Don't have diagnostics, sorry.
Or first aid? Yeah, no.
Okay. Nathan can do a diagnostics roll then. Have a go.
Roll.
33. Is that masked?
It is masked. It is masked.
It's masked.
I think you've got a concussion.
Plus 25? 25? Was
Plus
that
25, yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't figure it out. And unfortunately, your poking and your prodding causes another 5 more hits to the athanol. You're screaming
sorry.
pain. You can't tell. She's got a hole in her hip and it's causing her pain. Give me a... Nathan takes another 2 hits from your skillful ministrations. You're on 98 hits. Yep.
Sorry.
Any other avenues open to us here?
Based on the herbs that we've got a muscle, cartilage, and tendon repair. And we've got a bone repair. She's able to walk, so it's not bone. So Mithan's guess is if we give her the muscle, cartilage, and tendon repair.
We need to just push on and take it with us,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
I'm sure
absolutely. Absolutely. But when we can, Mithan will need to try and prepare that and try and apply it.
Yeah, so it's obviously sensible.
Yeah, but so that's our course for when we get to rest, because it won't heal straight away anyway. So no point in doing it now.
Any other actions I should be aware of? Okay. You collect.
Weaving very hard into the water to make sure there's nothing coming, but I presume there won't be.
Give me a roll if you wish.
I'm very happy not to. That's maybe just a. I'll give you a roll if you want me to, but he's going to look very hard to see what's in the water.
Mhm. What was the roll? Hello, what was the roll?
75.
Thank you. Cool. Plus 98.
Plus 98. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see a few of these, a few more tentacle things, but they're definitely keeping a low profile. Nothing.
Okay.
You,
Thank you.
no worries. You leave this area. You head back out. And walk through some more of these ruins, and your packs are heavy. Obviously, you're definitely on edge after what's just happened. Kind of every twitch, and you still hear those cursed creatures up in the trees from time to time. But you move on, and bit by bit, these larger buildings, complex basically, fades away, and you find yourself heading out of what appeared to be the port. You're assuming, and you see in front of you the green horror itself, the green festa itself. And this just gives you a bit of a flavour of what it looks like all around you. Thick, dense undergrowth. That image there is unusual. There's not usually sun. It's quite dark and dismal here. These images here would be quite typical of what's around you. And your guides lead you further on, weaving through collapsed stone buildings and temple roofs that have come in, and finally they point. The river road, they say. And you see, again, probably a bit more darker and gloomier than this. This is what you see in front of you. And then a little bit further down, this. Back to the beginning, they say, this is the, Pashket tells you, this is the river road. Follows the river north up to the Sea of Fire for 5 days. If anything happens to you on our journey, the river road is your friend. We'll either bring you to the Sea of Fire or back here and back to the Navigator's Column. If you find the river road, you should be safe. But absolutely, the twice-lived haunt this stretch. I am amazed that we did not find them when we first arrived. I suspect those that have recently come before us dealt with perhaps what was here in the ruins. We will find them tonight, or rather they will find us, I have no doubt. And if you are separated while the river road is your friend, you must be cautious, because whatever ancient memories some of those foul things of the twice-lived are, they seem to congregate more around places where humans existed, such as the river road. Walk with me. Try to avoid the foul water if you can. And we move now. And with that, Pashket in the lead, and with the party order that you supplied, you all head into the Alamein, the green festa. Or rather, you do for a very short distance. You head around this corner, then around this corner, and then here. And just as you haven't gone far, you turn a corner and you're coming out here, and you can see how the road turns slightly at the end. So you've been walking out of the ruins. You can just, by the way, make out it's definitely distant, but you can but you can still hear the sound of the river, but it's definitely further away. You can take it. By the way, the river is on your left. So if you're facing north in that image, the river's on your left. As you turn a corner at the far end of this image, you see something. You see this.
Oh, I recognise that.
And as you see this image, the three of your guides, your two guides and your carpenter, bow their heads, and you hear them just mutter, "Mistress, mistress, mistress." And then, right now, please, I would like everybody but Tarquin and Gray to make a channeling resistance roll, please. Read them out.
Hope there's a mask.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Etienne, 57. He is for channeling plus 14. So that's 71.
Thank you.
And Neathanol is 78 plus 5, 83.
Very cool. Cool. And the others, please. Leif, Mithan, and Keros.
Leif rolled a 1.
Ooh, that's interesting. Roll again. Can roll down on resistance rolls.
Oh. And an 8.
Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. Cool.
Well,
And
it's
also
still a failure, but yeah, he's got a plus 10.
plus 10. Okay, so plus 2 or thereabouts. Mithan?
She rolled a 50, and she's got a plus 30 to channeling.
Plus 30.
She's a channeling user. Yes.
Jesus, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
And
so hers, yeah.
lastly, Keros?
Keros rolled a 74.
Mm-hmm.
And is this a resistance modification?
Yes.
Channeling is plus 25.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Cool. So we've got plus 2 for Leif, thereabouts. And Demos, thank you.
Demos is a 77.
Plus.
Plus. Oh, minus 1.
Minus 1. Lovely. Okay. Okay. So three groups. Leif, you're all by yourself. You'll be pleased to know. Demos and Neathanol, with 2 very good rolls, are at the other end, and the remainder, Etienne, Mithan, and Demos, are the third group. The very first thing that everybody sees is the following. Spewing, and I mean spewing, out of Leif, Etienne, less so for Etienne, lots from Mithan, lots from the ethanol, and lots for Keros, less so for Demos, spewing out of eyes, ears, noses, you name it, is this curling, tendriling of smoke. And black smoke and white smoke, and it just seems to engulf you all. It comes out of your eyes, comes out of your noses, comes out of your ears, and just swirls all around you. Tarquin, you don't know what the fuck is happening. Grey, you might have had some experience of something similar, perhaps, but the guides are absolutely dumbfounded. And what I'd like to do, please, is I'll ask both Grey and Tarquin to step into Channel 1, please. Giles, can you jump into chat room 1, please? Is Giles still with us? Hello, Giles. Thank you. Lovely. Excellent. So, that's what you see. What you all hear is the following. And this just happens in the span of a few seconds. Demos, you definitely, that's as far as things go for you, Demos. So obviously, Keros, you remain, please.
Chris, I just jumped into chat room 1. Where did you go?
Yeah. You please remain in chat room 1.
All right.
Thank you.
Fine, sorry.
Thank you. I wasn't clear, unfortunately, on my instruction. Demos, that's as much as you can experience. So you see the tendrils, and that's it for you. Obviously, Keros, please remain. What the others see and experience is as follows. You see this gate, and then it flickers. And it flickers. And it flickers. And it flickers. And then there is this. There is this this bird. And some of you have seen this before, and of course Demos, You haven't seen this before. Just coming. Suddenly this bird is all around you, and it's near. Suddenly the bird turns and looks at you right in the eye with its cold, dead eyes. Then the sounds that you're hearing intensifies, and this bird flies right into you and through you, and it's gone. And then next, there is this. And Keros, the dagger that you're feeling, that you're holding, is weighty and heavy in its hand. It is here, it is real, it is there. It emanates massive power. There is a sense, Keros, of it missing something, a sense of it not being whole. It has purpose, and there is a strong sense of power and loss. And at this stage, oh no, one more. And then there is this. A ruined city, a rotten city in the middle of a steaming, hideous jungle. A bad, evil, terrible place. A bad place full of hostility, humidity, hate, and horror. And you are here now. It is here now. You are here now. And at this moment, both Keros and Neathanel, you were strong enough to force this away from you. And at this stage, you kind of snap out of whatever's going on, and it no longer affects you. And it happens in the split second of an eye, just a split second of an eye. So Keros and Neathanel, please step out. So in this case, Alex, can you please jump into chat room 1, please? Graham, you remain obviously for Etienne. The next thing you see is this very arch. This arch is part of the ruined, rotten city in the middle of the steaming, fetid, horrendous jungle. Some dark, terrible, foul god is on the arch. And the same arch. And now, even though you don't know the script, you know for sure what those words say. They say Tarek Nev. A young woman with her back to you with white hair stares at the arch. Next is the sword. It's slightly further away, but it's close. Oh, it's close. It's close. And it emanates massive power, huge power, and a longing, a sense of missing something, a sense of not being whole. It has a purpose. It is not entirely right or clean or pure, but it is massively powerful. And it has both power and might. And then further away, this place. It is still quite far away in terms of distance, and there is water, not much water, but a little bit of water and much land between you and this place. It is a cold place, and you and your companions are looking at a place, a fallen star, perhaps, a faint sense of dread, and it is coming. You get a sense of rock walls and cold. And then this place. same kind of distance, a little bit of water, and a lot of land. A lot less water than there was. It is in the cold place. The stair that you follow leads on to the other images, you think. And you and your companions are looking at this place. Must you go inside? You don't want to. You don't want to. But you must. Strong sense of dread. And it and he and the time is coming close. Then further away. Further away. Maybe you see this, you're not sure. It's further away, perhaps. It's also in the cold place. Two massive armies face each other. They will fight, and many will die. You and your companions might be looking at this place, or maybe allies of yours might be looking at this place. You're not sure. Battle and bloodshed will soon follow. There is a crack of thunder, and then the horror of battle begins. Extreme tension and cold fills this image. And then this place. The rock spire. It leads on to other places. You and your companions are definitely looking at this place, and it is drawing closer. Until finally, you are there. The abyss. The terrible, terrible abyss. It's the same distance away. There is little water between you and much land. It is in the cold place, but there is heat too. Too much heat. From down, 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 down in the abyss. The abyss follows on from the other images, you think. You and your companions are looking at this place. And you must act. You must act. The ritual is starting. There is a massive sense of dread, and he is nearly here. There is a sense of almost pure dread. Your breath, your very heart catches in your throat. You are utterly terrified, and then suddenly he, the thing, is here. An overwhelming sense of dread and pure terror. The ritual has finished, and he, and the time has come. You and your companions are here, and you are the only ones in this terrible place. This is no place for a hero. And yet, heroes you must be. You must face it, or everything will perish. And with that, all leave except Leif, please. Leif, these sensations wield and dance and reel around your head in the matter of a few seconds. And then suddenly you're back here. Actually back in the real world for a second. You're back at this arch. You're back staring at this arch. And this is reality, Leif. And this is horrible reality, because what you're seeing is just awful. You're actually here, and the smoke tendrils are flickering around, but you can see off to the side and in the jungle them. First you see a door like this. It's flickering and it's faint, but it's there so much fainter than it was months and months ago up in the North Sea. And then you see this, an orb, lurking out in the hideous jungle. It's so faint you can barely see it. So faint. But it's there. Oh, it's there. And then you see this figure. Faint, again, feeble, moving through, trying to move through into your space, into your time, into your place. It can't quite get there, but it wants to. And then the circle, again, out there in the jungle. And again, you see those. Some of those that were on the road up in the North Sea, leering, peering, and you only catch glimpses of them. And these are the faces that you see flickering out from the jungle. Fractions of inches. Just hints of the things, the faces, the creatures, the loathsome forms that you had seen months and months and months ago in the North Sea. Then, Leif, it's over. And all the hideous sounds stop. And you rejoin your friends. Please join. Please, can you ask the others to join the main channel?
Ooh. Wow, intense. Yeah.
Hi there, Giles. Were you listening in on that? Nope.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hey, I came in on the end of it. Jeepers creepers.
Yeah, you weren't actually meant to come in on the end of it because your character doesn't know it. But never mind. That's okay. That's all good.
I only hit the last like 25 seconds, but crikey.
Yeah.
I'll
Cool.
try to
Forget. Cool. And then you're back. There are no sign of tendrils. They're all gone. And your guides, Tarquin and perhaps to a lesser extent Grey, are staring at all of you, open-mouthed.
What did you see, Leif?
Yeah, so I suppose we'd all compare notes and I suppose we'd reassure the guides first, wouldn't we?
They are crossing themselves and praying and doing all kinds of gestures, and they are backing the hell away from you. Their swords are out, and their swords are out in front of you. They're not attacking you at all, but they're panicking. Clearly panicking. Tarquin, I don't know what your reaction is to this as well.
We would have told Tarquin about this, wouldn't we?
I'd be a little bit like, yeah, that's right. These people know some weird shit. But I was thinking someone backing away, but he'd be chill.
Etienne will be calming and say, "Do not be alarmed. We come here with the backing of the gods and a fair maiden, Aphrodite, chief among them. And fear not us. What you see is traces of the divine. The divine are under threat from the TTP, the ones we follow, and so we have some blessings from other worlds and otherworldly beings. But fear not, you have nothing to fear from us. The tendrils are the traces, and we see visions. I would be very interested to know what visions we all saw to compare notes. But guides, you can trust us. You're in good company. We're good people, but we come on a mission from gods.
Do you want to put a roll on that at all? Any kind of social roll?
If you want.
You're cool. You could make the situation much better.
Charm.
Charm? Give me a roll.
Charm. 79.
79 plus.
Charm. 77.
Well, that might have been enough to have stopped a mutiny.
Oh, good.
I mean, you were at negative 30 to that roll. Because of what they just witnessed. O ye of the silver tongue, you smooth talked your target into tractability. Have you considered a career in politics? So, look, had you not said that and had you not rolled that, you don't know what would have happened because their swords are out. Even Tahoe the carpenter, who is clearly not a fighter, has actually lost control of his bodily functions, but is just looking absolute. Like if he was scared back at the port, he is quaking, but his sword is out, and he's seeing evil in you. Etienne, your calming, charming, good nature, happy-go-lucky, has consoled them somewhat. Yes, they saw these tendrils of smoke, but of course they didn't witness anything further than that. They just saw a few of you kind of shudder and shake a little bit. The tendrils of smoke were pretty alarming. But Etienne, you absolutely took control in a nice, gentle, kind way, empathetic, and calmed the situation down a lot. They're still looking quite very nervously at you, but they're not about to hit you or run away.
So anyway, he goes on to explain. He'll explain that they say, you know, we're just not on this mission for anything, you know, certainly not for our own fame and fortune. And he'll explain a little bit about Aphrodite and love and what she stands for. Essentially, not telling anything else but the truth. This is essentially, you know, she stands for goodness and compassion and love and joy and all that is beautiful in the world. So, you know, she said that's who I represent, and yes, we have a trace of the divine, and you will see these tendrils from time to time. But that's the nature of this mission, but you have nothing to fear from it.
You can see the tension. They do sit down for a minute and have a few deep breaths. The equivalent of a lie down and a cup of tea, not quite, but they're definitely modified somewhat by your words. Other actions, please.
Once, you know, if they're taking a little bit of a break, once they're calming and taking a moment themselves, I think perhaps the rest of us would compare notes in a language they don't understand. Try and find a common language they don't. Or in lowered voices and compare notes of the visions. Is that all right? Say that we do that. And then if once sort of sorting out where people dropped out of visions and stuff, Leif would be the last one talking, and he would say, so after seeing the Watcher in the night and it being no place for a hero, he was back at the Arch, and in reality, he felt, so it was, it was real and it was now, and it was awful. And off to the side and in the jungle, he saw different things trying to break through. He saw like one of those fiery doorway portals that we saw when the angels and demons pushed through on the road in the north. He saw that, it was fainter, but trying to make itself present. Saw something, I'm not sure if he saw it before, some sort of like a glass, see-through orb lurking in the jungle. It's wanting to be present. Saw a whitish blue figure trying to move through, trying to push into our reality. Saw another one of those portals, a circle portal, and got glimpses of the horrors, the angels, the demons, the creatures that assaulted us on the road, all wanting to be here, wanting to push through, wanting to get in. And that was happening off to the sides and in the jungle. And that was reality, that was now.
Well, not much we can do about that. Shall we ask the guides about...
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think Etienne will have a quick pray. And I might have another quick pray as well. Say, well, you know, your assistant...
So you're squared away in case they do arrive, yeah.
If you could squirrel us away if some nasty shot, appreciate it.
Okay.
Do we ask the guides just about local law? Tarek Nev, who the woman in white could be, they might know.
Yep. We always assumed it was Irene Chonta because we had a description of her as having white hair, didn't we? But she's been described as a young woman, so yeah. That's a great question. I wonder if it's, what's her name?
My mum. I mean, Severin's mum.
No. Varama Ver. The necromancery nasty piece of work from Tarek Nev, who knows? But yeah, yep. Last time we asked about a woman, well, no, that's the thing. Last time we asked about a woman in white, we got into trouble because that was what cued or tipped off old Urswick, I believe, wasn't it? We mentioned woman with white hair at an archway in a ruined jungle, and I think she picked up that we were having some sort of ad information. Maybe it wasn't the woman with white hair. Maybe it was just the jungle ruined city. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But perhaps it's safer without guides. I don't know.
It might just freak him out.
Well, let Etienne do the talking, I reckon.
Actually, I was say, I must confess with you, friends, that I do see sort of visions and flashes from time to time as I sleep. One that I see that I know is associated with Tarek Nev is the figure of a woman with white hair. Does this correspond with the lore and the traditions that have built up around this place?
With white hair? No. No, they all look at each other. Not the mistress, if that's what you're referring to, and they turn reverently towards Orgiana. No, she is... she comes to us with black hair and with skin like polished steel. They say that her sleek limbs are wreathed in curtains of flame. No reference of white hair.
Right. Okay. Obviously someone else.
Did Etienne bring his guitar?
Yes, he does. A little number. No, yeah. So anyway, look, he'll keep chatting away and keep them happy and keeping things buoyant.
Mm-hmm.
And said, "Oh, this is your goddess. Will you see a representation of?"
This is the goddess, of course. I mean, no offense, friends. You speak of your gods, but I know you think they're real, but Orgiana is real, and she is the mistress of the dark. May she take us and protect us. And again, they make this strange. Any actions? Oh, sorry.
Well, if they, interested, Etienne's interested. He's kind of interested in divinity. He doesn't deny the existence of other gods, so he's kind of just interested. So, you must tell me a little more. Be willing to learn.
Very happy to. Very happy to. But might we suggest that now and here is not perhaps the best place?
No?
But we would be delighted to share.
I would love to learn more. So do you suggest we keep trucking?
Yes, we should move on. Shall we? Yes.
I think so.
Anything from Kiros? And do we still have Giles, or is Giles get it out? Oh, Giles is back.
What's Victoria doing?
Her fluff is extremely on end, and she is decidedly spooked. Very, 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 very much not a happy pussycat.
That's not nice.
Anything else from anybody else? Anything from Tarquin?
I'd just say for Gray's benefit, he didn't catch any of the visions, but I suppose if he and Tarquin overhearing the conversation, what we were relating to each other, I might just quickly so Giles knows as well. But so what we saw was a sequence of images we've seen in the past, which sort of are associated with sort of god visions, basically, or the divine visions that we had with certain associations, and we think they're about our mission to come and places we are to be going, and items and things. So more info is available in the Intel lore channel, if I can say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a
I just asked for a bit because it cut out, but I think both me and Gray would be following.
Okay.
Wouldn't be doing anything different.
Okay. All right. It's 5 to 10, guys. I'm sensing people are waning. I would like perhaps to push on to another beat in the story, but we can leave it, which will probably be another 10 minutes, but we can leave it there if people wish. What do people feel like?
I'm pretty buggered personally, but what does everyone else think?
I am ready for my bed also.
Okay. Call it there. Nodding. Thank you. Okay.
sure.
There we go.
It'll be here.
What's that? Sorry?
I said it's cool to be here in a place we've seen in visions. Woohoo!
It is. There we go, guys. Rolling credits.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to maybe fill in, just as the credits roll and as we nearly sign off, any further comments, Pete, about these visions, both for Tarquin's benefit, but also for our listeners and our viewers, because conscious that you guys have come across these before, but others may not have.
Yeah, so we've had them, and I don't know the number of times we've had them, but we had them in the north and on several occasions. A quick description, is that what you're meaning? So,
or maybe I'm just also conscious. Sorry, I asked you a question, and then I'm just realizing our credits are about to run out. Maybe actually we could begin the next session, Pete, with a bit of a heads up from you. How's that?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. Provide a bit of a summary.
Yep. Cool. And I mean, you could show the images. That'd be cool, if possible.
Yeah, sure. There we go, guys. We will leave it at that.
Thank you.
Sorry to fade a bit early. Yeah, thank you, everyone.